Do you know how to multiply and divide fractions? Today you're going to learn with this video. First, you have to know that the fraction is part of a whole number. For example, here we have this math humor that says, hey, let's make whole. Why? Because we have 1/2 and 1/2. If you add them, we're going to have one whole, or it's the number 1. When you need to multiply fractions, you're going to multiply numerator and denominator and denominator. But what happened with divisions? When we have divisions, we're going to use a reciprocal. A reciprocal basically is to switch the number. The denominator, you're going to pass to numerator, and the numerator, you're going to move to as denominator. And then I'm going to show you in some examples. So you can see in this figure, we have 2/5. The reciprocal, the 5. You put as a numerator, and the 2 you pass as a denominator. So the reciprocal 2/5 is 5/2. And remember, multiply numerators, multiply denominators, and reduce the fraction if it's necessary, or it's you simplify. When we use the reciprocal, this one basically we are going to use for division. So the division sign we are going to change to multiplication sign. Let me show you with these 4 examples. As you can see here, we have 1/3 times 2/3. This one, we are going to multiply these numbers, this one by this one, 1 times 3 and 3 times 3. In this case, we have the same denominator, but it's a multiplication, so we're going to have 1 times 1 over 3 times 3. So it's I'm gonna write here 1 times 1, 1 times 1. So if you multiply, then you're gonna have 1 times 1, it's equals to 1, and 3 times 3, it's equals to 9. In this case, you cannot simplify. Okay, so the answer is going to be 1/9. So this is our answer. Now, in the second one, as you can see, we have a mixed fraction. First, you have to convert the fraction as improper fraction. How? You are going to multiply 2 times 3. And then the answer you're going to add with 1. So first, remember, it's multiplication and then it's addition. So it's going to be 2 times 3, 6, plus 1, it's going to be 7. So the new fraction is going to be 7/3 times 4. Multiply by 4. In this case, multiply by 4. But if you remember the rational numbers, this whole number that is 4, we can convert as a rational number adding the number 1. So you can write this one as a 4/1. And you're going to have a fraction. Now we are going to apply numerator by numerator and denominator by the denominator. So we are going to have 7 times 4, it's going to be 28. Over 3 times 1, it's going to be 3. In this case, we cannot reduce the fraction, so we are going to leave like the answer as a 28/3. In the next exercise, we have a division. We are going to close this one here, and we have this division. Remember, for divisions, we are going to use the reciprocal. The reciprocal basically means to switch numerator and denominator, or to change the position. And if we use the reciprocal, we are going to change the sign for division. So how are we going to do this one? Look at this. First, we are going to write 1/4. Division, remember, we pass to first we need to convert the proper fraction or the mixed fraction, that is 2 times 3, 6 plus 1, 7, 7/3. Then this one we are going to convert into multiplication of fraction using the reciprocal. How are we going to do this one? It's going to be 1/4 equal 1/4. This, that is division, we are going to pass to multiplication, and it's going to be 3/7. Because 7/3, the reciprocal is 3/7. Remember, we change the position. So if we change the position of the second number, this division we are going to pass to multiplication. Now we are going to use the same idea. Multiply numerator by numerator and denominator by the denominator. So we are going to have equal 1 times 3 it's equals to 3 and 4 times 7 it's equals to 8. In this case it's not necessary to simplify, so you're going to leave the fractions like 3 over 28. Okay, so now in the last part we have 3 over 5 divided by 2 over 3. In this case we don't need to convert into improper fraction or into proper fraction, because it can be improper or proper fraction. And in this one we are going to change just the reciprocal. How? Look at this. So we are going to write the equal sign. Remember, it's important to write the equal sign, 3 over 5, and then its division we are going to pass to multiplication, and we are going to apply the reciprocal. If the fraction is 2 over 3, we are going to write 3 over 2. Then we multiply as a normal multiplication, like 3 times 3 it's gonna be 9, and 5 times 2 is going to be 10. In this case you cannot reduce the fraction, so we are going to leave like 9 over 10. Remember, when you multiply fraction, it's numerator and numerator, denominator and denominator. And when we have division, we change the second fraction with reciprocal, and we change the sign division to multiplication. And remember, when we don't have sign between the parentheses, means multiplication. Imagine that you have one operation like that. 2 multiply 2 and 4. This one, as you can see, we don't have sign between the two parentheses. That means multiplication. Okay, when we have operations like that, means multiplication. And remember, the reciprocal is to change numerator and denominator, the position of them. And the improper or proper fraction is going to be 2 times 3 plus 1. It's the mixed number we change into fraction.